So this video is for the guy that keeps saying that he wants to make money online, that he wants to start freelancing, start his own side hustle, stuff like this, but keeps procrastinating. You've told your friends that you would start, you've been watching a ton of videos, but in reality, nothing has really changed. You haven't really taken any action. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to finally take action, even if you have no time, no money, and frankly, no clue where to start. Basically, I'm going to show you the exact mindset shifts that I made to finally start taking action and make a change in my life. And that's how I went from, a confused and broke college student to, making online income and moving over to Thailand, Phuket. And I want you to know that you don't need to quit your job in order to do this. You don't need $5,000, $10,000 in savings or capital in order to invest or anything. You don't need any money at all. You won't have to work 10 hours a day to make this work. In fact, I got my first client, my first 250 bucks I made online, I did by working 1 hour a day. And even if you're lazy right now, no worries, we'll fix that. So let's talk about the main problem, which is the cause. Why are you procrastinating in the first place? And there are three different reasons that oftentimes stand behind this. Reason number one is that you may be chasing something or thinking about something that you don't really care about. So for example, you may have been seeing ads that tell you to start drop shipping or something like this. But in reality, you don't really give a damn about drop shipping, right? Maybe you're super interested in fitness and you love teaching other people about fitness. But since you've been seeing all these ads about drop shipping and all your friends are talking about drop shipping, you think that this is the way for you to make money online, even though you have no interest in it whatsoever. So obviously you're going to start procrastinating. You're going to put it off because you don't care about it. You don't really want to do drop shipping. And basically the thing that you really want to do, you don't believe that it's the best way to get you to the desired outcome, which is like freedom, making money online, etc., etc. And this is a huge mistake. This is a big mistake that I made in the past as well. And the best thing I can tell you is that you should just start with whatever you have the most interest in, whatever you feel drawn towards, whatever you feel passionate about. Even if it's not the most optimal thing to do to make money, start there, because you're actually going to care about it. You're going to put a lot of effort into it without needing extra energy, without needing willpower. You'll just care and feel very passionate about it, which is going to dramatically increase your chances of it working out. The second reason is that you're probably thinking that it's this massive project that you're gonna have to put in so much work, and you just, every time you think about like how much work you're gonna have to put in to get to the end outcome, you just completely shut down, right? And I completely understand, bro. And like I said, I got my first $250, my first clients, then for copywriting. I worked 1 hour a day, literally. I think I was sending, 5 to 10 outreach emails per day. Not much at all, right? So stop thinking that you have to, work 100 hours per week to make this work. Stop listening to Alex Hormozy for a second. Stop listening to Elon Musk. Just start small. Start with like the smallest task you can think of. Start with watching some videos. Start with sending a couple emails per day. Start small. Don't think that you have to like have it all figured out and have this all business operations in one day. No. You don't start like that. Start small and gradually you'll build it up. And the third reason from my experience is that you're probably surrounding yourself with the wrong people. You see, if your friends are also not really doing anything, they're not as ambitious as you are, they're not really into making money online or anything like that, then obviously you are going to be the same way, right? They're not going to push you or force you or make you feel motivated to do anything. So what I recommend is surrounding yourself with people that are more ambitious as you or even more ambitious than you, because that is what's going to make you feel really bad, right? If you're surrounded by people that are taking massive action and are achieving things all the time, right? They're making money, they're taking action. You're going to feel like you're being left behind, which is a terrible feeling, right? Trust me. And you're not going to want to stay in that state, right? So you're going to feel forced to take action. That's why a lot of entrepreneurs that go, for example, to Miami or go to Dubai, they suddenly start making a lot more money because of their environment, right? They actually feel very poor when they go to those countries, so they feel forced to kind of increase their standards, increase their income just because they feel bad. And the thing is, like, you don't have to move countries in order to do this, right? The best thing to do is, if you already have people in your circle that are more ambitious, that are taking action, get in touch with them, start hanging out more with them, start grabbing a coffee with them, start working with them, just start interacting more with these people, right? Or if you have, someone in the family, whatever, contact them, communicate with them. Or if you don't have any of this, look online, right? Literally, I have my own community. You can check that in the first link in the description, where there's people that are about it, that are really, really serious about making this work. And obviously you have me in there, but you need to find a group of people that is about it, that is very ambitious, and that will push you and make you, well, basically make you feel bad, right? About not taking any action. So yeah, those may be the main reasons for why you're procrastinating. But there's a secondary and more hidden cause for why you're procrastinating as well, which is fear. So let's talk about that. The first is fear of failure, right? A lot of people, they don't want to start anything because, well, they're afraid that they might fail. But the problem is that if you never even get started, then, well, you're never going to get anywhere. And you need to start reframing this in your mind, because there is no way to fail if you never stop. Either you win or you learn, right? There is no failure if you just keep going. That is what entrepreneurship is all about. It's all about learning from your mistakes, learning from your setbacks, and just pushing forward, right? I was listening to a call the other day with a billionaire. He basically sold his hotel empire for like 2.2 billion. And one thing that he said was that when someone pitches him a business idea, if that person has not experienced any failure in terms of business, he does not even sit down and talk to them. And you know why? It's because he says that if they don't know what it feels like to have a failure and how to bounce back from that and how to pivot, then I don't even want to talk to you, because who knows what happens. Because if you have a business, there's always a chance of failure, there's always a chance that you'll have to pivot. And if you don't know how to deal with that, then obviously there's no hope for you. You need to have that mindset of always wanting to keep going no matter what happens. Entrepreneurship is not about guarantees. I'm not telling you whatever you want to do that is guaranteed to work. No, that's definitely the wrong mindset to have. You start and you never stop. That is how you guarantee success. Then the second fear is the fear of looking stupid. And honestly, I think there's a very, very easy fix to this, especially if you don't want to like build a personal brand or anything like this. The main thing is just to not talk about your goals. And I don't recommend talking about your goals in general, because either people will just give you false dopamine, or they will completely shut you down and you will, stop believing in yourself. So just keep your goals to yourself. Keep all your ventures, all your entrepreneurship, everything that you're doing, keep it to yourself and maybe your circle that is doing the same thing. Because if you're going to like start talking with your friends, like, oh, I'm doing this, and suddenly they're going to start paying attention, but you're just starting, right? You haven't achieved anything yet. You're not ready for that criticism. So don't invite it into your life. Just keep it to yourself, keep it internal, right? Do your outreach and don't tell anyone. Even build your YouTube channel, whatever, if that's what you want to do. Build your YouTube channel, build your personal brand. Don't tell anyone. You'd be surprised how big you can grow a YouTube channel without anyone ever knowing. So that is what I recommend, right? Very, very easy fix. Just do not tell anyone. Work in silence. And then eventually, when you have some success, then people are not even going to think you're stupid anymore. They're going to ask you for questions and to ask you how to do it themselves. And then the third fear is the fear of success. And this is something that I have dealt with, and to a degree I'm still dealing with right now, which is like not feeling worthy. You're kind of comfortable where you are right now, you're kind of comfortable in the struggle, and it's scary to step into like an entirely new identity, an entirely new reality where you have abundance, where you have a ton of opportunities, where you have, more money than you know what to do with. And the best thing I can tell you is that you just need to start lying to yourself every single day. You need to tell yourself the opposite of what you normally think. So if you're telling yourself a bunch of negative things every single day, I want you to write it down specifically. What are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself you're worthless? Are you telling yourself you have no experience? Are you telling yourself that you have no skill? Whatever it is, write everything down, and then I want you to swap it to the opposite. In fact, you are experienced because of X, Y, and Z. Give yourself proof, because it'll help your mind be convinced of the statement. If you just tell yourself, I am skilled, I am experienced, no, your mind needs proof. So try to find pieces, scenes, experiences from your own life that reinforce the fact that you are skilled, that you are experienced, that you are worthy. And another thing that you can do is you can convince your mind by giving it other examples from other people, right? Perhaps there's people in a very, very similar situation as you that have made it work. Maybe that's like case studies from other people. Soak all of that in. Look at it every single day until you convince yourself that you are worthy of success. And I'm going to leave you with one bonus tip, which may be the drop in the bucket that will really help get you going, which is emotional urgency. I want you to write down what will happen if you do not take action. So basically, for me, the reason why I felt so motivated and I felt such urgency to step into entrepreneurship was because when I thought about it logically, because my main goal always was to retire my mom. You may have a similar goal, but the main goal was always to retire my mom. And when I thought about it logically, about going to school, I would go to like get my bachelor's for 3-4 years, then I would get my master for 1-2 years, then already like 6 years has passed, and then I need to like get a job. I'll have an entry-level salary, and how many years will it take to get a bonus or promotion? Like a couple of years. And to the point where if I want to like make a level of income where I'm able to comfortably retire my mom, I would have to work like another 10 years or something like this. And then 15 years have passed. My mom will already be like 7 years old or older. And at that point, it's not even sure that, she'll be retired. Not at all, because you need to be making a lot of money every single month in a very sustainable way. And it became very clear to me that this was not the way for me to retire my mom. I understood that entrepreneurship, having your own business, your own venture, that is the best way to retire your parents, or for me, my mom, right? So that choice was very, very easy for me. So I felt big motivation to take action towards that. And I want you to think about it yourself. Like, if you don't take action today, if you don't take action next month, if you don't take action next year, next decade, what is going to happen? What are all the negative things that are going to happen in your life, in your family's life, in your friends' lives? Write it all down and let it motivate you. Basically, you need to come to terms with reality. If you do not start taking action, all these bad things will start to happen, and you cannot turn a blind eye. You need to confront it head on so that it will move you. You may become pissed off, you may become a little bit paranoid, a little bit scared, but that's good. Use that emotion, use that energy to get started as soon as possible. So let's do a quick recap on everything that I've talked about in this video. So first, don't chase fake goals. Focus on something that you actually care about. Number two, don't overcomplicate the first step. Just start small, right? Don't think it's this huge project, this huge business. No, just start small. Just find one resource, just send a couple emails per day, whatever it is. And if you want a step-by-step guide on how to start freelancing, then I recommend my school community. It'll be like the second link in the description or something like this. Or you can start with my 21-day consistency challenge, which is in my free Telegram group. That's also in the link in the description. Number three, you need to surround yourself with the right people, people that are actually about it, people that are ambitious, people that are taking action to make you feel worthless so that you'll actually start doing something. And then number four, use the emotion of urgency, right? Kind of scare yourself a bit with the consequences, the negative consequences, if you do not take action, confront it and use it as motivation to take action. If you fix all of these four, then taking action is going to become very, very easy for you, brother. And overall, man, if you found value in this video, just make sure to like and subscribe. It helps a lot. If you have other questions or recommendations, put a comment down below. And yeah, man, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.